In today's video, you are going to become the most sophisticated detective around the world, even better than Sherlock Holmes. Are you ready for the challenge? Keep on watching. Hi everyone, my name is Mónica and I'm an English teacher in the south of Spain. And in today's video, I want to show you ways to stop saying very basic, very plain expressions when making deductions in English. Let me show you with an example. Right, so you have a picture there of a man. What would you say is wrong? Now, please, 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 do not say, it's possible he's lost. Okay? The expression it's possible that is very basic, extremely plain for your level. Okay, so let me show you a way to make it a little bit more advanced. Well, you can make it better by saying he may be lost. He may be lost. Okay, so we are expressing the same meaning. It's possible that he's lost, but only with one verb. He may be lost. Let me give you another example. How can you make it better? Instead of saying, it is sure he is wealthy, okay, you can also say, he must be wealthy, okay? In this case, we say must because we are sure, we have evidence, and that is the picture of the car, that he is a wealthy person. So we say he must be wealthy. Let me show you another picture. You could say, it's impossible she is at work. She is on holidays. Or you can simply say, she can't be at work. She is on holidays. Okay, so by simply using the verb can't, you're expressing the same meaning, that it's impossible that she is at work. So what is the secret for this? The secret is the use of modal verbs in English. Okay, maybe in your language they are not an exact equivalent for the meaning that we are trying to express. Every time you speculate in English, you can express the level of certainty with a different modal verb. Let me show you what I mean. Every time we express that we are 100% sure about something, then the modal verb that we use is must, okay? However, if we are totally in the opposite direction, if we are 100% sure that something is not true, then we would use can't. And if we have doubts, if we are not sure, if we think that something is possible, but we are not 100% certain, then we can use any of the three modal verbs may, might, and could. Let's begin with the first modal verb, must, okay? Remember, we use must when we are 100% sure that something is true. For instance, have a look at the photo, and then you are sure of something 100%. For example, this must be the place. It's the only restaurant in the street. Okay, so for example, if some friends told you to meet them at this restaurant and you are there in the street and there is only one, obviously you are 100% sure that that is the correct place. So you use the modal verb must. This must be the place. There is no confusion. Let me give you another example. Look at him in the picture and you can tell him, oh my God, you must be feeling exhausted after your flight. Why don't you rest for a bit? Obviously, you can see you have evidence in front of you, which is your friend completely collapsed on the chair, that he's totally, extremely tired. So you simply say, you must be tired, expressing the idea that you are absolutely sure that this is true. Let's continue with the next modal verb, the modal verb can't. Remember that can't is used when you are 100% that something is not sure. Let me give you an example. If you see this lady, you would say, she can't be the senior doctor. She's far too young. So obviously, by looking at the picture, you are 100% positive that this person is too young to be a senior doctor. Let me show you another one. You can say, she can't be working now. I just saw her at the supermarket. So maybe your friend told you, oh, she's at the office now, and you say, no, that's impossible. But you wouldn't say that's impossible because your level of English is much more advanced than that. So you can simply say, she can't be at the office now. She can't be working right now. It's impossible. Now, something very important to bear in mind. When we use must, okay, we are expressing that we are 100% sure about something. And when you are sure that something is not true, then we use can't and not mustn't, okay? You must remember that with deduction and with speculation in English, you shouldn't use mustn't in the negative, but always can't. Let's carry on then with the next group of modal verbs. In this case, when we are not very sure, when we say that something it's possible but not certain, we can use the modal verbs may, might, and could. Any of these three verbs are completely valid and you can use them interchangeably. For example, if you saw this picture and your friend told you, "Who is he? He's always wearing a suit." You could say, "Well, he could be a businessman," because you're not 100% sure. It's simply a possible fact that he is a businessman. So then you could say could, but at the same time you could say may or might. Remember that any of the three are totally correct. Another example, why isn't she here yet? The train may be running late. Okay, so you don't know exactly the reason why your friend is late, but one possibility is that the train might be late. Okay, so that's why we are using the modal verb may in this case. Something that you can do with these three modal verbs in informal situations is to add well after them. And you do this to make your speculation or your deduction a little bit stronger, okay? So you can say, in informal English, you could say, well, he may pass his final exams, or to make it a bit stronger, you could say, he may well pass his final exams. He's been studying really hard. With this well after the modal verb, we are giving it a little bit of a stronger touch, okay? We are making a deduction a bit stronger than with just a simple he may pass, okay? But it's not obviously as definite as must, okay? Because we are not 100% sure, right? But with well, we make it a little bit stronger. Now, let's move on now to deductions made about something in the past, okay? Maybe something has happened in the past and we need to explain what has possibly happened, all right? In this case, we are going to use the same modal verbs, but we're going to add a have and a past participle. Let me show you an example. Let's begin with the verb must. In this case, must have plus the participle. When you are sure 100% that something has happened in the past, then we are going to use this structure. With this picture, you can say, there was a deafening noise last night. It must have been an explosion. Okay, you are totally sure that you heard last night was an explosion because there's no doubt about it. It was really, really loud. So it must have been, and have a look at the structure. Must have been an explosion because it's something that happened in the past. Let me show you another one. Paulo Coelho is such a well-known author. You must have read something by him. You must have read something by him. So what I'm trying to say is that I am totally sure that sometime in your life, in the past, you read something by this author because he's very, very famous, okay? So in this case, we are using must because we are totally sure. Now, let's go to the other extreme. When we are 100% sure that something didn't happen or that something was not true, okay? Let me show you an example in the past. You could say, she can't have fixed the computer already. It's still not working, okay? She can't have fixed the computer already. So she can't have done it in the past, okay? Because it's not working right now. So in the past, your friend hasn't fixed it. That's why you are saying can't have fixed. And remember again, this is what I told you earlier with the modal verbs in the present, okay? We don't use mustn't for deduction, neither in the present nor in the past. We need to use always can't have, and the participle. For example, she can't have left early. Her bag is still on her chair. So what we want to say, it's impossible that she left early because I can see, I have evidence that the bag is on the chair. So in this case, you couldn't say she mustn't have left, but instead she can't have left, okay? But because remember what I told you, deductions, okay, and speculation in English is not done with the modal verb mustn't. Okay, and the last category is again may, might and could, but this time in the past. So remember, may, might, could, have and past participle. Let's see some examples together. With this picture, you can say, she may have failed her exam. We don't really know what happened to the little girl, but one of the assumptions that we can make is that she may have failed an exam. But anything could be possible. Any other thing could be possible. Maybe she may have had a fight with a best friend. Who knows? Remember again, exactly the same what I told you before with the modal verbs in the present happens with the modal verbs may, might and could in the past. To make it stronger, remember, what did you need to ask? Exactly. You can add well to make this situation or this assumption or this deduction much stronger. So with this lonely photo, you can say, they are not here yet. They may well have forgotten my birthday. Okay, a normal deduction that you could say is simply they may have forgotten my birthday, but to make it a little bit stronger, only in informal English, remember, you can say they may well have forgotten my birthday. All right, so now it's your turn. Are you excited? Now I'm going to leave you two pictures, okay, with mysterious situations. I want you to play detectives and imagine you are Sherlock Holmes, right? So think about what deduction or what speculation could you make in English using any of these modal verbs that we have seen in this video in the present or in the past, okay? Let me show you the first situation. Okay, so can you make any deductions? Please leave them in the comment section below and I'll tell you how you did. I'm going to leave you another picture, a bonus picture for you to practice your modal verbs. Any deductions that you can make about this photo? Okay, please make sure that you leave them in the comment section below and I'll respond telling you how well you did. Thank you so much for watching this video right until the end. You are a champion. Now, if you're interested in more interesting videos, here is a direct link. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel and if you would like to do so, please click over here. Take care, have a fantastic week, and I'll see you very, very soon. Take care. Bye.